Google today celebrated 102nd birth anniversary of Ustad Bismillah Khan with Doodle. New Delhi, Google today celebrated the 102nd birth anniversary of Bharat Ratna awardee and Shehnai maestro Ustad Bismillah Khan. To mark the occasion of Maestro's 102nd birth anniversary, Google dedicated its fun doodle to him where Khan can be seen playing his Shehnai while casually lounging in his trademark posture. The doodle has been illustrated by a Chennai-based illustrator, Vijay Krish, according to the Google. Born in 1916, Khan hailed from a family of musicians. His ancestors were court musicians who used to play in Nakrikana, an orchestra pit in Mughalera monuments, in the princely state of Bhojpur, Bihar. His father was a well-known Shehnai player who performed in the court of Maharaja Kesh Prasad Singh of Dumran estate, Bihar. At the age of 6, he moved to Uttar Pradesh's Varanasi, where he received his formal training under his uncle, Ali Buxfile Lattu, a Shehnai player attached to Vishwanath Temple. He performed at the Red Fort on India's Independence Day and also on the First Republic Day ceremony on January 26, 1950. Since then he was part of every Independence Day ceremony and his performance was shown on national television immediately after the Prime Minister's address to the nation. Initially, Khan turned down numerous invitations to perform outside India, owing to his fear of flying. Bollywood celebrities mired in controversies. After Nawazuddin Siddiqui, Jackie Shroff's wife, Aisha Shroff has come under the scanner, in relation to an ongoing investigation into celebrity lawyer Rizwan Siddiqui's alleged involvement in an illegal call detail record racket. Ain police said that it had summoned Aisha for sourcing the CDRs of actor Sahil Khan with whom she allegedly had a dispute. The former actress and model has reportedly been called in to record her statement. As per DCP Abhishek Remak, the CDRs were shared with Siddiqui by Shroff. Probe found that Aisha Shroff, wife of Jackie Shroff, procured CDR of Sahil Khan and shared it with Rizwan. This was revealed in an analysis of Rizwan's mobile, said DCP Tremak. A report claims that she had apparently sourced the CDR from an unidentified person and had given it to her counsel Siddiqui. However, Aisha has reportedly denied her involvement in this, saying she didn't know anything about it. Reports state that Aisha and Sahil were involved in a company dispute in 2009, where she claimed that Khan had cheated her of Rs 8 per hour. Sahil, on the other hand, alleged that he was in a relationship with the star and spent the money on her. However, Aisha retorted his claims, stating that he was gay and hence it was not possible to have a relationship with him. In 2015, both parties withdrew their cases and came to an agreement that their joint companies would be shut and both parties would not level allegations against each other through the media. World Cup 2019 qualifiers. Marlon Samuels, holder, allow West Indies to overcome Taylor's brilliance against Zimbabwe. A gutsy counter-attacking century by Brendan Taylor went in vain as West Indies successfully chased Zimbabwe's target of 290 runs at Harare to go one step closer to World Cup 2019 qualification. West Indies' chase was powered by Marlon Samuels' half-century and Jason Holder's brilliant bowling spell. Chasing 290 runs, Shai Hope, 76 runs off 97 balls, stitched a 72-run partnership with Evan Lewis, 64 runs off 75 balls, and 135 runs partnership with Marlon Samuels, 86 runs off 80 balls, to bring West Indies closer to the target. But Marlon Samuels and Hope departed in consecutive overs and then Graham Creamer picked up 2 wickets in one over to create tension. Robin Powell and Ashley Nurse, though, stood tall and added 25 runs off 20 balls to bring curtains on the game. Earlier in the match, Jason Holder's effective use of the new ball had left the home team tottering at 2 wickets down for 28 runs. But Brendan Taylor once again rescued his team by playing a fine counter-attacking knock. He added 76 runs with Sean Williams, 34 runs off 31 balls, and 79 runs with Sikandar Raza, 22 runs off 33 balls, but lack of runs from the tailenders affected Zimbabwe's prospects of reaching 300. Taylor was sublime with his timing and he made good use of batting conditions. In his innings that lasted for 124 balls, Taylor scored 24s and also hammered 2 sixes. West Indies skipper Jason Holder was the pick of the bowlers as he grabbed 4 scalps in his 10 overs and conceded only 35 runs. Kemar Roach bowled well too and picked up 3 wickets while conceding 55 runs. With this win, West Indies acquired the top spot in the Super 6 stage with 1 match to go, while the defeat has made Zimbabwe's chances slimmer and now they must win against UAE to keep their hopes alive. Cambridge Analytica CEO claims influence on US election, Facebook questioned. London, San Francisco, the suspended chief executive of Cambridge Analytica said in a secretly recorded video broadcast on Tuesday that his UK-based political consultancy's online campaign played a decisive role in US President Donald Trump's 2016 election victory. CEO Alexander Nix's comments, which could not be verified, are potentially a further problem for Facebook Incorporated as it faces lawmakers' scrutiny in the United States and Europe over Cambridge Analytica's improper use of 50 million Facebook users' personal data to target voters. The social media network's shares fell for a second day, closing down 2.5%, as investors worry that its dealings with Cambridge Analytica might damage its reputation, deter advertisers and invite restrictive regulation. The company has lost $60 billion of its stock market value over the last 2 days. Cambridge Analytica's board of directors suspended Nix on Tuesday, shortly before the second part of British broadcaster Channel 4's expose of the firm's methods. In the program, Nix describes questionable practices used to influence foreign elections and said his firm did all the research, analytics and targeting of voters for Trump's digital and TV campaigns. He also boasts he met Trump when he was a Republican presidential candidate many times. Nix's comments do not represent the values or operations of the firm, and his suspension reflects the seriousness with which we view this violation, Cambridge Analytica said in a statement on Tuesday. Cambridge Analytica has denied all the media claims and said it deleted the data after learning the information did not adhere to data protection rules. Brad Parscale, the 2016 Trump campaign's main digital advisor who dealt regularly with Cambridge Analytica, did not immediately respond to a request for comment on Nix's claims. Jared Kushner, Trump's son-in-law and now senior advisor, oversaw the Trump campaign's digital operations. One former Trump advisor said Kushner brought Cambridge Analytica into the 2016 campaign effort. Kushner's lawyer did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Cambridge Analytica whistleblower Christopher Wiley told the Washington Post on Tuesday that in 2014 conservative strategist Steve Bannon, who would go on to be Trump's White House advisor, oversaw the firm's early efforts to collect Facebook data to build detailed profiles on millions of American voters. Bannon approved spending nearly $1 million to acquire data, including Facebook profiles, in 2014, Wiley told the Post. It is unclear whether Bannon knew how Cambridge Analytica was obtaining the Facebook data, the Post reported. Bannon, who served on Cambridge Analytica's board, did not immediately respond to a request for comment from Reuters. U.S. law bans foreigners from making contributions or spending money on behalf of a U.S. election campaign, but it was not illegal for the Trump campaign to retain Cambridge Analytica's services, according to Bradley Smith, a former Republican member of the U.S. Federal Election Commission. The fact that they are a British company doesn't add anything to the analysis unless they were giving their services away for free or charging below market rates, said Smith, now a professor at the Capital University Law School in Columbus, Ohio. FTC review: lawsuit. U.S. and European lawmakers have demanded an explanation of how Cambridge Analytica gained access to user data in 2014 and why Facebook failed to inform its users, raising broader industry questions about consumer privacy. Facebook said it had been told by the Federal Trade Commission, FTC, the leading U.S. consumer regulator, that it would receive a letter this week with questions about the data acquired by Cambridge Analytica. It said it had no indication of a formal investigation. The entire company is outraged we were deceived, Facebook said in a statement on Tuesday. We are committed to vigorously enforcing our policies to protect people's information and will take whatever steps are required to see that this happens. The FTC is reviewing whether Facebook violated a 2011 consent decree it reached with the authority over its privacy practices, a person briefed on the matter told Reuters. If the FTC finds Facebook violated terms of the consent decree, it has the power to fine the company thousands of dollars a day per violation, which could add up to billions of dollars. Facebook was also hit on Tuesday in a San Francisco court by the first of what could be many lawsuits by shareholders claiming to suffer losses because the company misled them about its ability to protect user data. The company could also soon face lawsuits on behalf of users whose personal information was exposed. Facebook and its peers Alphabet Incorporated's Google and Twitter already face a backlash from users and lawmakers over their role during the U.S. presidential election by allowing the spread of false information that might have swayed voters toward Trump. Fear of increased regulation hurt other social media firms on Tuesday. Shares of Snap Incorporated fell 2.5% and Twitter Incorporated fell more than 10%. Foreign influence U.S. Senator Dianne Feinstein, the top Democrat on the Judiciary Committee, called on Tuesday for Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg to testify in Congress. Congressional staff said the company would brief U.S. Senate and House aides on Wednesday. A congressional official said House Intelligence Committee Democrats plan to interview Cambridge Analytica whistleblower Wiley. The committee interviewed Nix by video teleconference, according to the congressional official, but a transcript of that interview has not yet been made public. The Senate Intelligence Committee, which is conducting a long-term investigation of alleged Russian interference in U.S. politics and a detailed examination of U.S. election security precautions, would carry out its own inquiry of Cambridge Analytica, a congressional official with direct knowledge of the investigation said. The White House said it welcomed inquiries, and that the president believes that Americans' privacy should be protected. Personal information in Britain. The Information Commissioner's Office, an independent authority set up to uphold information rights in the public interest, was seeking a warrant from a judge to search the offices of London-based Cambridge Analytica. It was unclear late on Tuesday whether it had obtained it. Created in 2013, Cambridge Analytica markets itself as a source of consumer research, targeted advertising and other data-related services to both political and corporate clients. According to the New York Times, it was launched with $15 million in backing from billionaire Republican donor Robert Mercer and a name chosen by Bannon. Facebook says the data were harvested by a British academic, Alexander Kogan, who created an app on the platform that was downloaded by 270,000 people, providing access not only to their own personal data but also data from their friends. Facebook said Kogan then violated its policies by passing the data to Cambridge Analytica. Facebook has since suspended both the consulting firm and SCL, Strategic Communication Laboratories, a government and military contractor. Facebook said it had been told that the data were destroyed. Kogan was not immediately reachable for comment. Aamir Khan, new brand ambassador for Vivo India. Aamir has been signed for the future brand and product communication initiatives of Vivo India, the company said in a statement. Chinese smartphone maker Vivo on Monday announced the appointment of Bollywood actor Aamir Khan as its brand ambassador for India. Aamir has been signed for the future brand and product communication initiatives of Vivo India, the company said in a statement. We are thrilled about the possibilities that our partnership with one of the world's biggest superstars, Aamir Khan, will open up for Vivo in India, said Kanis Eng, Chief Marketing Officer, CMO, Vivo India. This new association will enable us to explore newer avenues to reach our customers as we script our future growth strategy in India, Zhang added. Aamir will soon be seen in a full-fledged marketing campaign around the upcoming products and a new TV commercial. Vivo as a brand embodies the spirit of innovation and meaningful disruption, said Aamir. Over the years, the brand has been constantly pushing the boundaries of smartphone technology. I am enthused to be a part of Vivo's transformative journey in India, the actor added. Vivo is also associated with popular sports platforms such as Indian Premier League, IPL, and Pro Kabaddi League in the country. Vivo entered India in late 2014. With the manufacturing unit in Greater Noida, the company has a robust distribution network across the country both online and offline, catering to over 400 cities in 22 states backed by 400 service centers. Sanjay Bangar appointed India batting coach. Sanjay Bangar has been reappointed India's batting coach for their fourth Test tour of West Indies. Abhay Sharma, who had been with the team in Zimbabwe as fielding coach, has been retained for the series in the Caribbean. Bangar had been the batting coach when Ravi Shastri had been team director for nearly 2 years from August 2014. His contract lapsed after the end of the World T20 in April, but was put in charge of the Indian team on an interim basis for the limited overs series in Harare. The appointments were made after consulting with India's new head coach Anil Kumble, but a BCCI release was specific that they pertained only to the 7 weeks they would be playing against the West Indian teams from July 6. There won't be a bowling coach traveling with the Indian team, making Bangar the only one of the previous support staff, which had also included Tubian and Arsreer, to be retained. Regarding the absence of a bowling coach, BCCI Secretary Ajay Shirk told Midday, Anil himself is one of the greatest bowlers. He insisted on not having a bowling coach for the West Indies tour since he is in charge. Abhay Sharma had previously worked with Rahul Dravid in the India and Under-19 teams. He was also among the rest of India's staff when they beat Ranji Trophy champions Mumbai in the 2016 Irani Cup. Working for a grand, anti-BJP alliance Sharad Yadav, terming defeat of the BJP and victory of Samajwadi Party in Gorakhpur and Phulpur Lok Sabha by-polls as significant. Yadav said the message of this victory in CM and Deputy CM's constituencies have gone to the entire country. People have now realized their power. exuding confidence of forming a grand alliance against communal BJP before 2019 general elections. Former JDU MP Sharad Yadav says a fight for social justice alone can stop the communalism being spread by the BJP. The biggest fight in the country is for social justice. Only this can stop the communalism being spread by the BJP. I am touring the entire country and meeting people. I hope a grand alliance will come up against the BJP by 2019, he told PTI. Yadav, who was once the NDA convener, said, "I am working to unite parties against the BJP as its ideology is communal. When I was the NDA convener, it was under leadership of Atal Bihari Vajpayee and Lal Krishna Advani, and it had a national agenda, which has changed now. This agenda has turned divisive now. The present government at the center is dividing people in the name of religion," he said in an interview in Lucknow. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath is only taking round of temples and making unconstitutional statements, he said. Asked about his role in the alliance proposed by him, Yadav said, "Let it materialize first. My objective is to unite opposition. I have been an MP for 11 terms and resigned 4 times. This time around, I've got time, after revocation of his membership following dispute in JDU, to travel across the country and unite people." Terming defeat of the BJP and victory of Samajwadi Party in Gorakhpur and Phulpur Lok Sabha by-polls as significant, Yadav said the message of this victory in CM and Deputy CM's constituencies have gone to the entire country. People have now realized their power. Claiming that the BJP would face defeat in 2019, Yadav said, "The BJP and its allies got maximum seats in UP, Bihar, Jharkhand and West Bengal. But the political equations have changed now there. No section of the society is happy with the BJP. This time Hindu-Muslim agenda of the BJP is not going to work," he said. Accusing the BJP of resorting to political corruption, Yadav said, "In Goa and Manipur, the Congress got maximum seats but the BJP formed the government. In Meghalaya too, the Congress was the largest party. The BJP has abandoned political dignity and morality. Its only agenda is to grab power by forming government." Asked about the fears against misuse of EVMs, Yadav said, "Even Hitler could not suppress the people's will. Gorakhpur and Phulpur elections too are held to EVMs." Asked about the possible seat he may choose to contest the next Lok Sabha elections, Yadav said, "I have not yet decided about myself." Yadav, on his recent visit to Lucknow, had met SP Supremo Akhilesh Yadav and discussed political situation with him, also expressed desire to meet BSP Chief Mayawati in coming days. The NDA is a sinking ship. In the days to come, its allies will part ways. The NDA agenda has turned divisive. After Shiv Sena, TDP too has left NDA. Before soon, no one will be left in the NDA, Yadav had claimed after meeting Akhilesh. On his fight with the JDU leadership, he said he was contesting a case in the court and also before the IC. He added that he was also exploring a name for his new party. Diplomat harassment row. Pakistan envoy Sohail Mahmood set to return to India. Over a week ago, Mahmood had been summoned to Islamabad amid escalating tensions between the two countries over harassment of diplomats and their families in New Delhi. Pakistan envoy Sohail Mahmood is set to return to India, over a week after he was recalled to Islamabad amid escalating tensions between the two countries over alleged incidents of harassment of Pakistani diplomats in New Delhi. Mahmood is expected to host the Pakistan National Day function at the High Commission in Delhi tomorrow. At the time when Mahmood was summoned back, The Pakistani media had quoted officials of the foreign ministry as saying, "Indian secret agencies must stop harassing Pakistani diplomatic staff and their families, and that Mahmood will not return to India anytime soon." A total of 26 incidents of alleged harassment were reported by Pakistani envoys in Delhi in 8 days, including 2 allegations of their children being approached in school reacting to the allegations of harassment and intimidation of diplomats of both countries. Mahmood had told the Indian Express, "Through painstaking efforts over the past several months, we twice managed to ease tensions somewhat and began making progress on some of the tracks, including on humanitarian issues. The current approach and methods only militate against such efforts, while holding no prospect of advancing any particular objective. A rethink is in order." There were alleged incidents of tit-for-tat ringing of doorbells of the deputy high commissioners of both the countries past midnight. In another claim, a Pakistani diplomat had alleged that his car was blocked by a slow-moving car in New Delhi. The Pakistan High Commission officials allege that this was done by Indian security and intelligence agencies. The Pakistani diplomat in the car shot a video of the incident. A man taking photographs is also seen in the video. Several complaints of harassment of Indian diplomats in Pakistani capital were detailed at the diplomatic correspondence known as Note Verbale. For a note verbale to the Ministry of External Affairs alleging specific incidents of harassment of diplomats, their family members and Indian workers in the High Commission have been mentioned. Pakistan had recently pulled out of the World Trade Organization (WTO) meeting which was held in New Delhi on March 19 and 20. The Commerce Minister Pervez Malik had accepted the invitation but later did not show up for the event. Mahmood had replaced Abdul Basit as the High Commissioner took charge of office in May last year. India welcomes Maldives' decision to revoke emergency, tells Gov to restore all articles of the Constitution. We call upon Government of Maldives to restore all articles of the Constitution, to allow the Supreme Court and other branches of the judiciary to operate in full independence, to promote and support the free and proper functioning of Parliament, the statement further read. India on Thursday welcomed the Maldives' decision to revoke the state of emergency earlier today. In a statement to the media, the Ministry of External Affairs said, "While this is one step towards addressing the issues related to the prevailing political situation in that country, a number of concerns expressed by the international community still remain to be addressed." We also called upon the Maldives government to restore all articles of the Constitution. We call upon Government of Maldives to restore all articles of the Constitution, to allow the Supreme Court and other branches of the judiciary to operate in full independence, to promote and support the free and proper functioning of Parliament, the statement further read. India's statement comes hours after President Abdullah Yameen lifted a 45-day state of emergency today, a day after senior political opponents were locked up indefinitely for allegedly trying to topple him last month. A statement from his office read, "Though there still exists a diminished threat to national security, in an effort to promote normalcy, the president has decided to lift the state of emergency." Yameen had initially declared the state of emergency for 15 days after the country's top court ordered him to free high-profile dissidents from gaol. However, it was extended for another 30 days, deepening the political crisis in the Indian Ocean archipelago. Abdullah Yameen refused to carry out the Supreme Court order and invoked the emergency which curtailed the powers of the judiciary and the legislature. He also arrested the Chief Justice and another Supreme Court judge. Yameen came to power following a controversial election runoff in November 2013 when he narrowly defeated Nasheed. His crackdown has dented the nation's image as a popular tourist destination, which remains vital to its economy. days after its leaders had dinner with Sonia Gandhi, CPM says UPA 3 won't succeed. The editorial comes after the leftist party, in its draft political resolution released last month, ruled out an understanding or electoral alliance with the Congress to defeat the BJP. Claiming that some regional parties were reluctant in accepting Congress as leader of an anti-BJP alliance, the CPIM has said the best way to stop the Saffron Party's juggernaut would be to pool in all BJP votes statewide ahead of the 2019 Lok Sabha elections. Congress won't succeed with another UPA experiment as it has lost all credibility, and the best way to defeat the BJP in the next Lok Sabha election will be to pool in all anti-BJP votes statewide, said an editorial in the CPIM journal People's Democracy. The editorial comes after the leftist party, in its draft political resolution released last month, ruled out an understanding or electoral alliance with the Congress to defeat the BJP. The party had also ruled out a national-level alliance with any regional party. Giving examples of regional satraps like BJD, TRS and TDP, the CPIM said such parties would not accept to forge an alliance with the Congress. However, interestingly, leaders from about 20 parties, including the CPIM, attended the dinner hosted by Sonia Gandhi to discuss an anti-BJP front ahead of the crucial polls next year. There are many regional parties like the BJD in Odisha, the TRS in Telangana and the TDP in Andhra Pradesh who will not accept to be a partner in an alliance with the Congress. There are other parties who are chary of accepting the Congress as the leader of the alliance, the CPIM said, naming itself as one of them. Similarly, any effort to build a non-BJP, non-Congress federal front mooted by Telangana Chief Minister Chandrasekhar Rao was also bound to fail, the editorial warned. Some regional parties like DMK and RJD are with Congress in their respective states. Further, there are many contradictions amongst the regional parties in terms of policies and regional interests which will prevent all the regional parties from coming together, the editorial said. Citing the successful tie-up of the SP and BSP in the Uttar Pradesh by-polls, CPIM said such effective electoral tactics was the need of the hour to corner the BJP. The UP by-election provides important lessons for the future in terms of election tactics to defeat the BJP. If the BJP loses the bulk of the seats in UP, it cannot come anywhere near a majority in the Lok Sabha, the editorial asserted.
Former RBI Governor Raghuram Rajan explains why he's absent from Twitter. Raghuram Rajan, currently a professor of finance at the University of Chicago Booth School of Business, was one of the keynote speakers at the Future Digital Summit organized with the support of the Kerala government to pave the way for the state's digital future. The Reserve Bank of India has an active Twitter account, functional since January 2012 with 3.2 lakh followers, but its popular former governor Raghuram Rajan is still not on the microblogging platform. On Friday, Rajan explained why that is so. Speaking to reporters on the sidelines of the Future Global Digital Summit in Kochi, Rajan said, "I don't have time. My sense in many of these things is that if you start engaging, you have to be a constant presence. I certainly don't have the ability to think quickly and respond in 20-30 seconds in a 140-character tweet." Rajan, currently a professor of finance at the University of Chicago Booth School of Business, was one of the keynote speakers at the Future Digital Summit organized with the support of the Kerala government to pave the way for the state's digital future. Over 2 days, The summit saw hectic deliberations between CEOs, industry leaders and government officials on the intersection of technology and various sectors such as banking, travel, health and education. The summit was inaugurated by Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan, who launched a unified governance mobile app that will help citizens utilize government services better. Infosys co-founder Nandan Nilekani, Sajjan Pillai of UST Global, Harish Krishnan of Cisco and Geeta Gopinath from Harvard University were some of the prominent attendees at the summit. Shaheed Diwaz. Nation commemorates sacrifices of Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev, Rajguru. Reminding the nation of Bhagat Singh's thoughts on religion and politics, CPIM leader Sitaram Yechuri tweeted that the martyrs stood for the separation of politics from religion and that they envisaged a secular future for independent India. The supreme sacrifices of Sardar Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev and Rajguru stirred patriotic sentiments across the country as the nation marks the 81st year of the historic hangings of the three young revolutionaries that attained martyrdom on March 23, 1931 in their contribution to India's independence from the colonial rule. Political leaders, irrespective of their ideologies, paid tributes to the sacrifice of the three freedom fighters. The martyrdom of Bhagat Singh, Rajguru and Sukhdev was a watershed moment in our history. Every Indian is proud that these three great men belong to our land. At the peak of their youth they sacrificed their lives so that others can live a life of freedom and dignity, tweeted PM Narendra Modi as a mark of tribute to the martyrs. Union Home Minister Rajnath Singh also paid tributes to the martyrs on Friday. I pay homage to Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev and Rajguru and Shaheed Diwaz. In the struggle for India's independence, countless youths were martyred. The nation will always remember their sacrifices. Reminding the nation of Bhagat Singh's thoughts on religion and politics, CPIM leader Sitaram Yechuri tweeted that the martyrs stood for the separation of politics from religion and that they envisaged a secular future for independent India. Union Information and Broadcasting Minister Smriti Irani also paid tributes to the martyrs. Union Law and Justice Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad tweeted that the three martyred revolutionaries are an inspiration to the nation and will continue to be so in future. Former Indian cricketer, Virender Sehwag also paid rich tributes to the martyrdom of Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev and Rajguru. Their sacrifice was a beacon that lit our way through the freedom struggle. We are observing this momentous occasion as Youth Empowerment Day in memory of these youth icons, tweeted Punjab Chief Minister Aamir Singh. Congress will pursue APMLA's Office of Profit case with EC again. Ed J. Macon tweeted, "We will fight it out in the Election Commission again as these 20 MLAs have enjoyed perks." HC has not disputed or denied this. The HC has just asked DISA to look at it again in the light of natural justice. The Congress on Friday said it would fight the Office of Profit case involving 20 APMLAs in the Election Commission of India, ISA, again, after the Delhi High Court set aside their disqualification and asked the poll panel to hear the matter afresh. Reacting on the High Court order, Congress's Delhi Unit President Ed J. Macon tweeted, "We will fight it out in the Election Commission again as these 20 MLAs have enjoyed perks." HC has not disputed or denied this. The HC has just asked DISA to look at it again in the light of natural justice, making claim that the app government itself had admitted before the Election Commission that a huge amount was spent on office, furniture, transportation and perks for these MLAs who work as parliamentary secretaries. The High Court termed the Election Commission's recommendation on disqualification as vitiated, and noted that there was violation of natural justice and no oral hearing was given to the MLAs before disqualifying them as legislators of the Delhi Assembly. An elated Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal termed the order as a victory of truth. Anna Hazare sits on indefinite hunger strike, attacks Modi golfed on Lokpal. Hazare said that the door for discussion will be open for the government, but his indefinite hunger strike called Satyagraha would continue till the government comes out with a concrete action plan. Social activist Anna Hazare on Friday launched a scathing attack on the Narendra Modi-led BJP government, saying his efforts to communicate with the government on issues of Lokpal and agrarian distress had yielded no result. Nearly 7 years after the anti-corruption movement, Anna started an indefinite hunger strike to press for his demand to appoint a Lokpal at the center and Lok Ayuctas in the states. I have written 43 letters to the Modi government in the last 4 years but did not get any reply, Anna said. The farmers in the country are in distress as they are not getting remunerative prices and the government is not acting to ensure fair prices, he said while on hunger strike at the iconic Randlila Maidam, the same venue of his protest in 2011. Hazare said that the door for discussion will be open for the government, but his indefinite hunger strike called Satyagraha would continue till the government comes out with a concrete action plan. On Friday, Union Agriculture Minister Radha Mohan Singh and some ministers from Maharashtra met him and gave certain assurances. But I said I don't trust you. How many promises you have fulfilled so far? Nothing. So come with concrete action plan, Hazare said, adding that the central government controls CAP and cuts the fair price rates suggested by states by 30–35%. Last month, Hazare accused Prime Minister Narendra Modi of not being interested in the appointment of the Lokpal at the centre. The veteran activist said Modi was never serious about Lokpal. The reason behind the delay, he said, in the appointment of a Lokpal was because the Prime Minister was afraid that once this became a reality, his office as well as that of his cabinet members would also come under its purview. I will prefer dying for the nation than by heart attack, said the 80-year-old activist, whose 2011 agitation gave birth to the Aam Aadmi Party, AAP, now ruling in Delhi. The Delhi Traffic Police has issued an advisory warning commuters to avoid taking routes towards Aruna Asaf Ali Road, Delhi Gate, Nariaganj, New Delhi Railway Station, Ajmeri Gate, Paharganj, Eto, Rajghat, Minta Road, Vivekanand Marg, and Jalan Marg. Congress files notice for no confidence motion in Lok Sabha. After Telugu Desam Party and YSR Congress, the Congress Party on Friday submitted a notice for no confidence motion against the Modi government in Lok Sabha. In a letter to the Secretary General of the lower house, Congress leader Mallikarjun Kharge requested to include the motion in the revised list of business on Monday. This comes after both houses were adjourned for the day as the stalemate between the opposition and the government continued for the third week of the second leg of the budget session, with ruckus prevailing unabated. Earlier on Thursday, MPs of YSR Congress and TDP filed fresh notices for the motion. A group of TDP MPs met Speaker Sumitra Mahajan and demanded that she take out their no-confidence motion immediately and start the debate in the House. However, the motion was not taken up again on Friday following continued disruption by opposition. The YSR Congress TDP MPs have been pushing for a no-confidence motion to protest against the Centre for non-implementation of the promised special category status for Andhra Pradesh. An overwhelming number of opposition parties, including the Congress, have backed the move with a different calculation.